Regardless of the time that it took for all of these stab wounds to take place, was he alive at the time that all of these stab wounds took place?
Yes, I believe he was.
Was he alive when he was stabbed in the heart?
Yes.
Was he alive when he was being stabbed in the back of the head?
Yes.
Was he alive when he was being stabbed in the back?
Yes.
How about, was he alive, in your opinion, when his throat was slit?
Yes.
Overruled.
Yes.
And so even though he may have had this reaction where the blood is flowing and there's the adrenaline that is going, he's still alive though, right?
Yes, I think so.
And is a person who is alive, do they breathe?
Yes.
Can they hear?
Objection, Foundation.
Overruled.
If they're conscious.
Assuming this individual is conscious, can he hear?
Objection, Foundation. Facts not evidence, speculation.
Approach, please.
Sir, whether or not he was alive, exhibit number 98, take a look at it. Do you recognize what's there? Is that a sink?
Objection beyond scope.
Overruled.
Is that a sink, sir?
Yes.
An individual who stands at a sink and bleeds over to that sink, in your opinion as a medical examiner, and I understand you deal with dead people, are they alive or dead in your opinion?
Alive.
And why would they be alive if they're standing at a sink like that?
Unless they're being held there, they're standing under their own power and bleeding into the sink.
Sir, with regard to this issue of his adrenaline and whether or not it pumps and whether or not he's feeling anything, if the individual is alive and they're standing at a sink, can that individual hear?
Objection, Foundation, speculation.
Overruled.
Yes.
If they're standing at that sink and they're alive, can they see?
Objection, Foundation, and speculation.
Overruled.
Yes.
Can they hear if they're standing at that same sink?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained.
With regard to this individual, if the individual is standing at that sink and he's found down the hallway and there's no indication that anybody moved them, is that an indication to you that they're alive?
Yes.
And if the individual is walking down the hallway and they're alive without any help, can that individual see?
Yes.
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Can he hear?
Yes.
Overruled.
Can he feel?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Yes.
Can he smell?
Same objection.
Overruled.
Yes.
And can he think?
Objection, speculation, Foundation.
Overruled.
Yes.
You were also asked, sir, about this thing about the adrenaline and that sort of thing. Just because an adrenaline may be present, does that mean that the nerve endings go dead? Is that what that means?
No.
Does that mean that an individual who may have this adrenaline that's flowing, does that mean they can still feel?
Yes.
And this, you were asked about the heart and where it was cut and whether or not there was some pain associated with it. Even if there's an adrenaline, even if there's adrenaline that is being pumped through the system, and this heart has had this injury, does that mean that the area leading to the heart still doesn't have the nerve endings? Are the nerve endings still there?
Yes.
And would this individual still feel?
Yes.
And with regard to this, you were asked about this, Exhibit 205 and decomposition. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you said, well, it could be that decomposition may account for the scalloping that we see around Mr. Alexander's throat, right?
Yes.
But it could also be done by something else. What else?
Multiple overlapping wounds in the same area.
When you say multiple overlapping wounds, does that mean that the defendant, when she did this, did it more than once? Can you describe what multiple overlapping wounds are?
Wounds in the same area applied multiple times or back and forth in a sewing motion.
I don't have any other questions.